we're live. So in terms of what we're working on desk run. I don't know if you guys remember yeah, recall myself. I don't know if you guys remember the original design, but this is what it looks like. Looked like this was purely AI generated to this. Um, and I also have light and dark mode as well. So that's kind of cool. There's a few things that needs to be fixed in terms of the design, but I think this is okay for now. So what I was working on yesterday was a sign up. Right. So the sign up part of it, you'd normally be redirected to a page that would ask you for your verification code, and then once you enter your verification code, then let me check the stream. I'm not even sure if anyone is there. Just here. And I'm sure that I'm seeing the chat. This one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now see. So the next thing, yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah, so here I'm updating this, and then I'm authenticating the user, so that way they would be able to so that way the user would be able to do whatever in terms of being able to um be a part of, be logged in, so they don't get redirected to the login page. I think these were the things that I fixed yesterday. So what I'm going to do is just test these. So give me a second. Maybe I am going to have to hide that screen. Yeah. So okay. So I'm doing. Oh, I could just write a query actually. Yeah. Let's not. Yeah, I don't have to hide the screen. I just don't want to expose the emails. I mean, they're probably already exposed me or whatever. Yeah, so we just need to delete this user. Okay, so it says one row deleted. So now let's, I don't remember if I have, let me just get the email. Just need to add this here, and then password. So once I sign up here, I should be redirected to the login, the verification page. It should be asking me to verify my account. Let me just open the network tab in case I have any issues. Let's check this. WAMP is running, cool. I don't think I should get any errors. In the meantime, before I do that, let me just remove these emails as well. Delete, cool. Okay. Yeah, so now we're gonna send this, sign up. No issues here. Okay, so I should get an email. It should be 9 characters long. So this is an email that I've gotten. The issue with this though is that I don't think I can just go here and piece it. Yeah, I can't do that. So I have to type out everything. How's the code? Let's go to console. And can I not? Uh, um, hmm, hmm, hmm. Alright, let me just go back and forth. The first one is 129, I think. 129. Oh, two. This is painful. Need to figure it out. Fix that. 8, 1, 10, 8, 1, 8. Not here, you. 8, 1, 0, 2, 4, 9, 5. Right. 0, 2, 9, 5. Alright, this should work. I sent something. Saying this must be an integer, so this is happening. Why is that happening? Why is this happening now? I need to figure out how to get this thing correct. See, yeah. I guess I need to reload maybe. It's 1, 2, 129. Okay, 129, 8, 1, 0. 129, 8, 1, 0, 2, 9, 5. Wait, is it verified? The code you entered was incorrect. Why did not show the message? Wait, why did that not pop up or show the message? I don't get why it's not. Let me check on something here. The network responding with data. Am I doing something different here? Hmm. Yeah, and I'm saying if it's verified, then I should emit the sonar, error sonar on the message and all whatnot is should be copied. What's happening? It's saying success. Hmm. Verify. Did I spell verify wrong? Maybe it's undefined. Yes, but the code. Let me see if I can. I know it's not wrong. It's actually correct. I don't get why it's being like that. Let me try again. It returns, but this is not emitting the error. Wonder why that is. Let me see something here. I guess maybe what what I could do is let's go read this let's go console. Yeah, let's console log dot log um is so console log is verified on message. Then we're gonna need this known as verification code response. I think response should be good response. And do that. Um, too much space here. All right. So another thing that I want to do as well is I think I need to fix this first because what I'm doing here, my approach is probably not the best approach. You know, I don't think it's the best approach because what I'm doing is I'm listening. Um, I have an event, an input. You'd have an input event in view, and I'm just grabbing the data from the input event, and every time that function executes, I'm checking the length of the code or the string that is in the code, ensuring that it's 9, and then I'm checking the code length. I think maybe, just maybe, if I remove the max from here, I want someone to be able to paste multiple values in any, well, yeah, and it fills out going across. So if I go to this and I paste like over here and I do this, it should not just do that, right? It should just go across the entire screen. I'm trying to figure this out myself because you know I think it's cool to try and do that. Not everything is to be solved with AI. I'm not in a rush, so it's not a problem. Anyways, I'm thinking one of the things that I could do. Hmm, what could I do? Let's think about that. What could I do? Um, hmm. Maybe I could do a manual split to say, okay, if it's more than, but then I would have to have like different values slash inputs for each screen, and then I would have to like get the ref. That's way too complicated for something as simple. I think there's probably a simpler way to do it. How would I do this? I get the input. I get the input. Get the input. I don't know. Oh wait, maybe I could do V model. Hmm. V model. How would I set it for each component? That's a problem though. That's a problem because I need it to be set for each input. But you can just type it out and it just goes across. It just carries you to the next box basically. And you don't have to manually be said, oh, I need to go to the next box there. I need to go to the next box there. I need to go to the next box there and stuff like that. How would I do that? Yeah, I'm just going to do a Google search. Um, code, I don't know if it, what to call it, verification code input box uses. I don't know. Use a create verification code input box view. Use a pre-built component library. and the complex logic like autofocus, pace. Why someone doesn't just show us how to do that? Filter input only accept numbers. No. Hmm. This was 7 years ago. Unchanged. Favorably. Hide autofocus. Hmm. I don't know how to do it. Okay, here's one. So okay, thing here. Um, input. Oh, I could do this. That's actually really, yeah, I could actually do that. Why didn't I think of that, bro? Yeah, man, that's freaking. I should have done that instead. That's really cool. V model equals this. Um, okay. Maybe should I do V model or V value? See, see. To do. So it would still be an entire input, but each component. So we don't need to do all of this here. We don't need to do that. We just need to set that each component is displaying a single character. It's very simple. Ah, man, I didn't think of that, bro. Didn't think of that at all, man. So value equal, so value be equal to code, and then code would be n. I think that should be it. So each input will just showcase that single. So when I go here and I do, yeah, there it is. That's what I wanted, bro. So I wanted, man. And it's, I think I need to get rid of these now. Yeah, let me just refresh this. Hopefully the code hasn't expired, is it? Uh, hmm, something is missing. Ah, that's the reason why the code is incorrect, innit? So, yeah, something is wrong here. I'm just, I think it's not included in the first item. It's not handling the first item actually. Oh, wait a minute. Because it's 2.9 whatever, but that's probably wrong, isn't it? Yeah, it's the code you entered have expired. At least, the messages are working. I just need to pop up to be working as well. Let me get the code again. This is a code, but it's excluding the first number for some reason. Or is it that this doesn't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Oh, it's 10 digits. Ah, okay. I have 9 digits here. I thought it was 9. For some reason last night when I counted it, it was 9. But it's actually 10. Uh, let's just remove this as well. We don't need this anymore. We can just add whatever is added here is a string. You can just do const, well, not const, but code dot value is equal to string. No, it's equal to num actually. You know, I think I'll keep this part actually because it would prevent some unforeseen edge cases. But I think that should be working. Let's just change it to 10 as well. So that's 10 now. So when I go here, when I try to enter this, yeah, but why is it cutting off though? It seems as it, oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. I see what's happening. It's actually, yeah, it's actually a case here that when it's looping here, I think the first index is 1 instead of 0. And I think that's what's causing this to happen. I think it's starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in a case of the code here, the index for this would be 0. But I think I can do this instead. If I pass the index to this function to say, hey, this is an index for this. Oh, I see where this could actually help as well in terms of helping us setting the index, well, ensuring that we're setting the correct index for a specific input field. So I'm gonna put n here. So n can be passed to this, but the issue here is I might want to do n minus 1 here, and then another n minus 1 here as well. I think that's the solution I can come up with right now. That would allow us to pass undefined things into it. I think, yeah. So what I can do now is instead of doing this, I could do this code value, and I spelled value wrong here. Tab this it's gonna take in here. So this is in case we have something that's, you know, it's 1 number, 2 number, 3 number, n. So that would be n. Oh, I can't do it there actually. I know what to do still. I know what to do. N. I think. What the hell? Why is this a problem? I turn it to an int number for your JS foolishness. Yeah, I can't do this because it's missing setup options. It cap composition API, so I can't do that. What next thing? Okay, I think, yeah, I'll set this equal to the number. I think there's gonna be an issue here, but I want to see what's gonna happen. All right. I think this is expecting it to be a string. Okay, so let's just see this is a string here. There's a string being passed. We still have issues here. Oh, I see something. No, that should still work as long as because the way it is sent here. I'm just gonna see. This can be anything. Oh shit. Tenny. Okay, let's see what this is saying. Index signature type string only permits reading. So you can only read the value, you can't set it. Is that what you're saying? That doesn't make any sense though. It's all possible, my guy. My guy, who is that even possible, man? Oh man. Give me a second. Let me just see something before I look at that error. Right there, I think. There we go here. Just something. Oh man, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that was incorrect. Okay, what we can do is check the length here. So we can see if num, yeah, let's do num dot length is equal to 1, right? Then we do this. This is all we do. Else, I'm gonna do else. No, else, I'm gonna do else if um I think what we can do here is check the length of the number again. Should I it's less than 10, so that we can just set this. If it's not, then I mean maybe we could throw an error, but that should not happen, right? Should cut off at 10, but this is just that we don't set the input to be 10, to be more than 10. Someone enters something that is more than 10. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Let's just do that. This. Yeah, I don't get why this is not working though. Okay. Let me do this instead. Let's do this. I'm gonna do code, but that's gonna be the same issue, but it's gonna be the same fucking issue, man. No, I don't need to do n minus 1 because it's already passed as minus 1 there. That would be like n minus minus 1. Yeah, like this. It would be 0, so it would be negative 1, so that's not cool. It seems like I can't access a string like that. I think, yeah, I think I can just do const, well, probably not const, let code equal to code dot value. So code on, and then here I didn't mean to cut that, but I'll do in keep. Um, yeah. Why is this a problem? Isn't it? Isn't it passed by reference? Well, passed by volume. So it's passed by reference. A signature type string only permits reading. Oh, man. Or is it this thing here? But I'm setting it to that, so why is it I don't get it, bro. Do I need to say that here? That's I don't think is that a stupid thing. Maybe maybe it is, maybe just maybe. Nah, it's not. It's not the issue. It's not the issue, my guy. Oh, yeah, sometimes I hate TypeScript, bro. Why is it giving me this error now? Index signature in type string on the prompt. Alright, let's say this is a number, right? It's the same thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why this is an issue. Why would this be an issue? Why? That's why. Just tell me why. Index signature. Index signature in type string on the permits reading. So you're telling me that the value that I'm getting from this, I can't access the index string. So how do I get around that then? Because I thought it would be passed by value, which is the entire reason why I placed the value in this. But it seems to be passed by reference instead. And, yeah, that's causing some kind of issue there. How would I get around this? Because let's do string here, maybe. I mean, I know, but still, it's kind of okay. Let's do maybe, just maybe, I can do this, that, and then I can do a code string, yeah. So I would have to do code dot. What's that problem, bro? I'm confused. So what is it? Type string is not assignable to type. Yeah, and then add a code here. Shouldn't it be like that, bro? Which I may not be. Did I do this one? The left hand side of the assignment expression may not be an optimal property. Be an optional property access. Exactly, so I'm not the one doing that. This is saying code out values possibly undefined. Oh, it is undefined. Wouldn't it be that then dot value? Would that make more sense? Property code does not exist on type. Ref code is not 0. Ah, this is probably because I don't. This is probably because I don't know how to use composition API. It's not my forte, so to speak. But if I do this, it still allows me to do that, right? But the problem with that is that it's saying this part, this may not be optional, which is causing the issue because it should never be optional, you know. So, but if I do this, it's telling me that, oh, the code that is possibly be undefined, right? Um, so, uh, for sure. Man, what can I do? Nothing. Let me try and do this instead. Let's do and do that. Okay, let's see if that works, because I don't know what to do, bro. I guess this would be any. Yeah, any. Cool. Okay, cool. Um, Maybe let's try and do this. Go this page here. Yeah, everything have 6 errors. 6 errors. Uh, what is it? I knew it would be that, bro. I just knew, man. It's freaking crazy, my guy. Man, I can't deal with this TypeScript shit, bro. TypeScript is annoying. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think this is a problem because I'm trying to assign a number to a string here. Element implicitly has any type because index expression is not type number. Oh, okay. Okay, so okay, so it needs to be a number, that makes sense. And needs to be a number there. Is this working? Let me try and paste Windows V here. Let's get the body that we want. So let's capture it in the box. And then paste that. Nothing. Come on, man. Let's just go. Is this a problem, man? Did I not just fix a stupid thing here? Why is it not undefined, huh? Oh. So we're getting some kind of errors when we try to. It's saying cannot read properties 0 on that. Oh, because it's empty. Man, what can I do, bro? What can I do, man? What can I do? Maybe that's the reason why it's like that, because it's an empty string. No, script is not saying that. They force me to look at something else. I have to try and replace. Let's get this. I don't know if that's gonna work. Actually, don't freaking know. Let's try. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is do that, then I'm going to actually what's that? Where's the code? Do I look on? Yeah, so I was doing that, and then I was going to do um, I don't, it would be code dot value is equal to code code dot value dot replace um, and what we want to replace here is how does this work again? So search value and then replace value. Okay. So the value we're searching for is code file, and then the so then we're gonna pass the value that I want to replace that with. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that works. Okay. I think. Oh. Oh wait, but that should still work. Oh, what is it? Let me check on something here. Okay. Let me go back here. Let's reload this. All right. Okay. So let's. Oh, I think I see what's happening here. I think I see. What's maybe I see what's happening. Oh yeah, I'm checking if the length is that. So I need to check something else. I don't think so. I think I need to. I'm not just. You see, it's not allowing me to do that. And then no, when I remove everything, I can come on, man. Why not? What am I doing? I got it to work, but then I did some things, and then now it's not working. Maybe the length is not necessarily. Maybe console log some things here. See some debugging. Console log. missing and in. Let's see what's happening because I don't get this. It's just params for set equal. Okay. Let's get this. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Let's also get this log that I can search for, and then let's go to that. See if we can find those logs now. I'm going to just do that. Where's it? Okay. Huh? Nothing. So it's there. Hmm. The index path is 0. That's correct. But why isn't it spreading across? Why would it not go across? Oh. I want to finish up this thing, bro. Alright. Don't know why it's not going across, but maybe what I can do here is let's go to here, go to the front end here, and so that's the lead code, the code file. Let's see, but that's something different. I said if the length is equal to 1, then it should do that, and then if the length is yeah, so what's that mean? I don't get it. I'm not getting it. Should I just set it without anything? Maybe I should just remove this and just say up. Let's try that. Let's not just get rid of that. Let's try this. Okay, so ooh, crazy. My name is being called for some reason. That's alright. Give me a second. I'm checking some things here. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I don't know. Something's going on though. Something weird is going on here. Okay, whatever. My goodness, it's saying warning. Fail to resolve element H. If this is a native component, make sure you exclude it from component resolution. Options. Verification. Email. Undefined. Okay, that seems like a different error. So I'll do it. Okay, so I can't limit the length. I said if it's less, oh, I see what I was. I know. I think I know what was that, but shouldn't it just work in that case? Like, why would it not work? I don't get it. I know it just doesn't make any sense as to why it would not work. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one now. Okay, so that's working perfectly now. That's what we wanted, right? Verification code response for all the code you entered have expired. Cool. Okay, cool. So I guess I don't know why the sun is not emitting here. Let me just do some checks. I don't remember how I set that up to work. It was such a long time ago. It's actually probably probably here now. Actually, it's a freaking long time ago. Yeah, like 9 months ago, bro. I don't remember what I did to set up. Let me just do some checks here. Okay. No, there should be a toaster here. Alright, so the toaster should. Right, here's all the values and whatnot. So I don't get why I'm not using any colors that would have been in the design that I had before, so that shouldn't stop it from showing up. I don't get why it's not showing up though. It's kind of weird to be honest. Here we have the navbar is out, posted the tool status options. I don't get why it's not showing up in the. Okay, let me check here. Where do I have a emission of errors? Nowhere here? No. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not sure, but I don't get any. Wait, maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe, just maybe, I'm missing something. Okay, let's just get this UI component closed. Let's do a global search actually. Let's just search into a project. No. Control Shift F. Yeah. We want to look for emit. Emit. See here. Uh, oh, didn't forgot that I have to do the search. Yeah, give me this. Let me just go here. Are these ticked? No, they're not. I think these should be used somewhere else. I'm gonna check on this. This was added 5 months ago. It probably pushed 5 months ago, but written a long time ago. So we have the title, but what if we don't? Do we have to pass an action? I don't remember how this is utilized, so I need to find some examples of this being used in the project. So let's do Control Shift F, and I'm not finding anything. Oh, here's something. This is from the API side, though. Let's see, but this is how I'm actually using it, though. It's actually how I'm using it. Wait, yeah, this is, where's it from? Seems like these are from different files. So we have one from the model here. Yeah, this is how I'm using it. So I don't get why it's not popping up or the message is not showing up. It might be something else. Maybe, oh, wait, let me scroll down here. Maybe that's it. Ah, it's just, okay, it's there. It's actually there. I didn't see. I see what it says. The code you entered have expired. Cool. It's very fast as well because it's going to the API. I think what I need to do is change the display. I need to change the style because I need those to appear somewhere else. They need to be visible to the user, not hidden. Okay, so I have a bottom zero here. I need it to be maybe in the center. Insert insert zero. Maybe I can try that. Let's see what that is. I know it normally try to put things nice up there. Okay. Uh, let's try and do left 0. Oh, it's actually right 0 here. Okay, so that's why it's there. Okay. Let's try insert again. Insert. Wow. I don't think that should work. Okay, so it seems to be moving there by default. So let's try on the left 0. And then maybe not left 0 to be exact. On the left 4A. And then on the top, probably 4A as well. Top 4A, left 4A. Should be, I want it to be something that is in the user's eyes. Okay, so not necessarily there. I guess it should be right then. Right 4A. Right 4A. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah, so I want it to be here. Every error should be in the user's eyes. Okay. Oh, there's an error here. You know? Okay. That's actually good. That's good. That's good. See no, yeah. So I just need to fix, I guess, re-register. So it's gonna run by that query, get rid of the error there. I just go edit and then run by this query. Yeah, I wanna delete the entire database, man. Okay. So now we can do this and do a sign up again. Just get the email that we used, and then we can get the password. Simple password, nothing too fancy. There's no password length checks or quality checks here as yet, so it should just work. Here we go. So let's open the Control Shift I. Okay, let's we should get an email. It's gonna be here as well. So we should get that second email, yeah, this one. Okay, so that's what's here. So that's the right one. So when I go here, I don't have to go about typing. I can just do that. Not again. Did I not fix that freaking thing, bro? Why is it missing the first number? Or is this? Wait, this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thought it would have a specific length of. Man, I'm trying to get something to give me some random numbers. It doesn't really matter as long as the length stays consistent. Let me try this. Let's see. Let's try this. It's probably gonna throw an error in it. Let's see. User types. What is this game? Oh, okay. So it worked. Okay. So the verification is working. I just need a stable number. And this is a page that the user would be redirected to once they just signed up. Just ask them a bunch of questions. This here we can select that we want it to run at this time here. I can see the time that you selected. Okay, nice. Now once you create it, it redirects it to this page. You can see all of these. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, man. UI is getting there. It's a lot. In my opinion, it's way better than what we had before. Like, so, so much better. Like, let me try and sign into this. I think I should be able to sign in as long as the API is not down. Yeah, this is what I had before. I mean, it's not the ugliest, but it's definitely not the prettiest either, right? I don't think I will be able to go back to the other pages actually, but yeah, that is what we had before. I know we're at this, right? I think this is way better in terms of like the dashboard itself. There's some bugs that are here that needs to be fixed. Oh yeah, this person would not have a notifications on their account because I disabled that thing because I was trying to test it, so I need to enable that. Let me just enable that again. I think it's here. So this is where we set the notification preference for a user, and once that is set, then what would happen is that these user would be able to see their notification preferences, but as you can see, that's not there right now. And there we go. This up. This is up and running. Yes, we're there. We're there. Like it. Like the look. Like the look. Here we can go and edit a test. It's freaking pretty good. Right now, I need to figure out why this is empty sometimes. That's a small bug there. See if it's the same thing here. Yeah, it seems to be default into empty. I need to look into that small bug, right? Um, these are screens that are not yet fleshed out. I think the settings screen is working. So if we go to settings, we can do some things, but this is not working yet. And the notification is still notification settings. I need to add a way for the user to see notifications that they would have gotten here. And they would have like a small bell here based on the notifications that I got. Um, I don't want to be hitting the server with a polling. So I was thinking about maybe trying to use WebSocket, but I'm not sure if it would work on a Lambda. But I think it should because what the API would be doing is just pushing every notification to a WebSocket server, right? On a specific channel. As long as the user is listening on that channel, then they should be able to receive those WebSocket notifications. So it should be a case where, oh, it's because it's on a Lambda. So because the API is on a Lambda, because the WebSocket would be listening on the front end itself, so it should work. So these two screens are not yet fleshed out. I think I might just remove this one actually. And we need to set up a way for the user to add new account, connect a new account. So maybe they want to connect Google, or currently don't support Google, but let's say they want to connect GitHub, or they want to connect YouTube, probably not YouTube, but I'm not saying Google. Google is not there, but they have the option to connect two more accounts here. But that's not something that we need now, right? So what I think I can do now, because I'm at a very good place here. So I'm going to be testing and getting bugs. That's what I'm gonna do. So then I want to be testing, getting bugs, and then add those bugs to Jira so that I can have a track. Not features. I'm not gonna add any more features. I don't want to add many more features. I just want to see bugs. Bugs, bug fixes. Bug fixes. So like this. This is a bug. This should be removed. This is a non-functional thing here, right? So a bug here is on the project. Okay, so on the just write this down. So on the project view screen, there is a huge orange remove it. Huge orange add this case button. Remove it. Okay, that's one test case that needs to be worked on. This is not really a bug, but I think like switching between tabs, I guess it's okay. It's just I don't like that. When I switch between tabs, like I do this and I go back here instantly, it's like loading all the time. So maybe what I can do on the API to make the response a little bit faster is the cache. It's not a bug, it's just an enhancement to the performance of the front end. So like yes, it would still send an API request, but on an API side, I wouldn't have to go back to the database. So maybe we could just fetch test runs that happen like I could cache the data. So if someone is on the screen and they like switching between these two, I can just cache the data that for this screen for like a minute. I think like if you're just trying to like get between the screens, you don't want to have test cases pulling all the time. Even the test cases, I can just cache the API response. I cache data response for like 5-10 minutes, So and this is just this screen, right? Uh the only kind of downfall is if you created a test case, then I need to clear the cache for that response there, right? So we could have like a huge caching. Yeah, that's not a bug though. It's an enhancement. As I said, I'm looking for bugs. So let's find another bug. Yeah. So on the project, just on project edit. I think maybe even the test edit, but let's see, project edit screen. I'm not gonna lie, the only reason why this website looks this good is not even because of AI. I couldn't get AI to create something that I would like. It's the only reason why this looks good is purely because of shared scene view and shared scene view and the design system that I it's not really generated. It's like those random design system generation for SADC. I got one of those, grabbed it. I saw a design that I liked, wanted to keep, and then I just grabbed that. And then everywhere within the application where I was not using a component, because I did have those things where I had the component library, I wasn't using it as much, or I use it for like inputs, use it for the sidebar, for example. I didn't use it for the cards and like this. No, it was used for that. So I was like, okay, let's just fix that. Just because once the components are styled with the default style and design system, I only probably need to add like a few tweaks to it because I don't mind having this design system like that. So I just did that. It was freaking way easier than trying to get AI to design something that, and then looking at it, I'm like, I don't like this. It's too over the top, or oh, it's way too. Yeah, I didn't know how to prompt the AI properly to get it to do certain things. So I think that's like something that would have caused me to like, yeah, it's just something that I think caused me to not want to really use AI like that. Yeah. Oh, I see another bug here. So these two fields are saying test steps, and that should not be the case. All right, these two fields are saying test steps. Okay, so project edit screen. Default slash selected project. Don't show up. That's one bug. And the other bug is I'm just gonna say why are there two test steps option? Why why is there not why is there two test step opinions. That's two bugs, or three bugs I found. I think one other bug is when I click on the dashboard, it doesn't carry me back to the dashboard. So, but to log, when click on dashboard sidebar, doesn't carry to dashboard screen. Okay, so that's I guess four bug, I think. Yeah, that's four bugs. This is an announcement. This is an announcement, so I'm not gonna look at those. This is an announcement. This is an announcement. I'm looking for purely bugs. I guess the breadcrumb doesn't work. It's just breadcrumb displaying wrong screen title. Breadcrumb displays wrong screen title. T-tool. Okay. That's one other bug. This would be an announcement to make this button a bit more visible, but yeah, or you know, having a tooltip for each of these as an announcement. Let's go here. Why is this? Oh, this is an announcement. That screen should not be there actually. If you go to settings, this is the screen that should be in settings. Let's go to here. And this is the screen that would have been there. Okay. I think this is an announcement. The card on the dashboard screen are too dark. It doesn't fit the theme of the application. It's not a bug. It's kind of like a small UI fix. Card on the profile slash account settings. Should probably just call it account settings instead of general settings. Profile slash account settings. Screen doesn't cards are too dark. That's the cards are way too dark slash black. Okay, that's like around 6 bugs so far, but these are like small bugs, you know. And the rest would just be pure enhancements to get kind of move things forward. Here, yeah, I need to fix these cards here. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, the loading indicator needs to change the color for a change. It's not a bug. It's just a small fix. I was just trying to document things so that like the next time I start working on something, I know exactly what to work on. So this is what I like to do on Saturdays. Just go through the application, find bugs, find enhancements, um, jot them down, and then I have those to work on throughout the week, so I can feel the progress of the application. Because like finishing that registration thing was something that I had been working on, and being able to see that work is kind of like good, you know. Yeah, I need to test a bit more in terms of that, but I think everything is good. Yeah, and this is local testing as well. But once I have the features and everything there, then I would be testing in production. And once everything is working, then I can move it over to not production, if that makes any sense. Okay. Why is there okay? Loading indicator, right? Change color of loading indicator indicator. Okay. Let's check for other screens that have some kind of thing that doesn't align with what should be there. I think these. Okay, I need to change the text for that small thing, right? Change text for a test case on. What screen is this? Test. Change text color for add test case. Screen. Okay. So that's one thing that we can work on test suites. Is there any bugs here? Oh crap, there's no. What the hell? What's going on here? What is this white blob? White blob on test suite screen. Okay, so that's one thing. I think that covers most of the bugs. Let's go back to the dashboard screen here. Because there's not that much here, right? It's just like UI stuff. Yeah, that's I think that covers most of the bugs. The breadcrumb needs to be fixed, which would be redesigned. Going back to the dashboard is not working. Okay, so what are the functional bugs now? Let's say I want to add a new test case. Is there any bugs here? Not that I can see. Can we see all type objects? Cool. Can give it a test name. Call it test name. Can give it a prompt here. The prompt is let's just do something random. Hit create here. I think something is supposed to happen. Did it fail? I can't tell. Let me check here. Are there any errors that we don't know to aware of? No. Oh, there's no drops. That's the reason why it's not working. Okay, let me turn on PHP Q work, man. Work. You have work to do. I go. Wait, what? Ah, what's double being pressed? The hell is on here? What the hell? Why did these switch? Bitch. Why this? PHP artist QUE. That's the thing. Why did it switch? Why did it alternate? Why does the blank key switch? Is there something that can't take this now, man? Sure, this. Here's the event response stream. So it's kind of trying to check for the response, but right now there's no response here. I want it to be a case where when someone creates a test, so it's actually a bug. It was already there. It's just that, yeah, I think this is probably, let me try and stop this because there's no jobs and it's just pulling forever. That won't stop it. Let's reload the page here. That should stop it now. I don't think there's a timeout for that. See, I even have like versioning for my API. Yo, I love seeing the API response, like looking at the API sending response to my application. It's kind of cool, you know. But yeah, those are the bugs that I found so far. That's one bug that I need to look at with the. So let me just start that down as well. Okay. I don't know where the pen is. Like, really? Oh, I found it. Um, Alright, the next thing is, and the next bug is test creation event. I think we need to switch from event stream because I can't stream events on a Lambda. You know, I thought it would work, but it's not working. It often times out. You know, so we need to switch to a WebSocket test event stream switch. So this is where we're getting into not bugs but enhancements that would make the user life better. Switch to WebSockets. So that's one. There's some bugs as well in the application itself, but I haven't gotten it to run on the Lambda. That's probably one of the major things that I need to get out of the way next week. Lambda. I need a test run, or the what I like to call test current engine to run on the Lambda environment. I think I was at a point where I nearly had a breakthrough, but then I stopped. So I'm just gonna revisit that, you know. So I think there might be some other bugs. Let me actually go to Jira as well. I think there might be some other bugs. I was using Jira. I was using Jira to like do this. We start new. Oh, to Jira, bro. You want to start a new site? You crazy, my guy. Okay. I want to start a new project as well, but I don't know what to work on, you know? It's like building a website is just kind of boring to me nowadays. You know, it's like doing the same thing over again. It's not there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend my time rebuilding another small app. Then the entire reason why, okay, so we have paddle integration. So this was done actually. Homepage redesign done. Okay, this is not really there. Let me just go through everything that was done and close it out. This is not there. No test. No automatically scheduled test suite. I want a scheduled test suite to be configured at the configured time so that the user get automatic test execution. The schedule time system must trigger. Yeah, this is working. I'm gonna put this to in progress because it's not working in the cloud. So update run when finish. Not sure if this is working. I think I know what he's talking about, but I'm not sure that's working. Execute tests, confirm the test steps. Yeah, this is not there as yet. Update project active endpoint. I'm not sure what that means. Handle empty history gracefully. Let's move this back here because that was not worked on. Logout. Logout redirects the wrong page. Oh yeah, this was fixed because that's not there again. Okay, so I think I can clear some more. Redesign done. Paddle integration finish. I just need to look at the way we're doing that. So paddle integration. Maybe you guys wondering what that is, right? That is what I use to do the let's go back to the page here. That's what I use. Throw myself. Okay. That's what I use here. So these are actually coming from the API, which is coming from Partly itself. All of these are configured on the database level. So it's not just, oh, we have these features and they're just pushing them here. These are configured things. These are all configured. So all these are just configured. Anyways, now we can go here, get started here. Now, the bug with this is that once, let me just enter this here. So if we go here, I will start a trial. In my application, I have not set up a way for the user to, maybe be pushed to registering, right? So I think what I need to do, right? What I need to do is have the user. So instead of them clicking on this and be directly sent to that, I think I need to have them register themselves before starting a free trial. So I can't just come here and just start a free trial like that, right? You have to be registered. And then you can have a free trial for like 7 days. And that's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. That's that. That's a small that's a thing that we need to look into. But in terms of looking into the configure the integration is entirely done. Integration is in the application now. Something that I went through. In review issues, I should be able to update. Yeah, this is there. Finished. View test run history. Yes. Wait, history? Oh, that would be something that would be so cool to add. This could be an enhancement, bro. This could be an enhancement. As I usually want to see, this is actually kind of clear, but I don't want to close it out as it because acceptance criteria is each test suite must have a run history tab. For each run, I should see the summary. Yeah, this is something that I need to kind of ensure that is there. So I'm gonna move this over to do schedule test suite to run. Yeah, this is working. This is actually working. This entire process is working. I think the only thing I was thinking about is redesigning that, but I can complete the sprint here. Yeah, could complete sprint, open a new sprint. Let's go back to the board. So if you want to track everything that I've done, we can actually do that. Let me just go here. Uh, wait, can't I? Yeah. All right, this is sprint 5. We're gonna start that soon. I have a backlog of items that we need to work on. What about the items that were completed so far? Let's just start. I don't care how long it takes. It's not like I'm going to follow this anyway. Let's see here. No. Work types, label status. I think there's a way to go to it. Maybe timelines. Stop clicking on that timeline. Category status done. That's it. there's a way to see everything that has been done. So here we have 22 items that will work done, and we have done 4. Total work items to do is 16. In progress is, come on, this is in the last 7 days. So no, Jira, bro. Let's see. Everything here is assigned. So where does it have it that 15% is unassigned? Pages. I remember, bro. Why? I can't remember, man. I know there's a way to like see the sprint. Uh, start stand up. Okay. But I'm thinking about creating another app, but I don't know what to create. This girl has been my baby for like 9 years. Sorry, 9 months rather. But I wanna do something else, because this is just like website. The front end is pretty simple. Everything is simple on the front end. But I would want to do something that has a bit more logic to it in terms of like CRUD operations and you know having multiple different things to actually do. But this is cool. This is good. Um, this is good. I just think that there's a bit more. There's a bit more. What would I say? A bit more things that we could do to make this better. And once those are in, um, it would become a cool project. But they're not there as a. But um, I want to start working on something else. Now that I know how to approach a project in terms of like, okay, so there's one thing that I didn't know about projects. I didn't know that you have to, well, I mean, I didn't know that there was a thing called design systems. I've seen it before, but I never thought it was important for the UI of a project and for the 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 developers well-being, I guess. you know I didn't think it was uh good, like something that would I would want. um I don't know, I just don't think it was important. But having a design system and having a component library would make your life 100% easier than if you're even making your own components. Having the design system is one of the best things that you can do, even if you're a solo developer. Because here's the thing: yes, you might know what color to use here, what color to use here, but there's gonna be inconsistency in the colors, hard coded. And if you want to like change certain components or you want to change a color, you have to go into 50 different components. And when the project reaches a point where you have been working on it for like let's say 2 or 3 months, you're gonna have a lot of components, right? And the problem with that is that once you have a lot of components, you're gonna forget where you use certain colors, right? Or what color to use here. You're gonna be in that decision fatigue constantly because you're saying, okay, what color do I need to use here? Oh, maybe I need to use the brown color here. Yeah, and brown would look good with that. But if you have something like, okay, my cards look like this, my buttons can be this, these are the variants of my buttons, these are the colors that the variants have, these are the styling that the variants have. If you have that, if you take the time to like just get that correct the first time, like trust me, you're gonna have such a good time just building out the UI. Because I'm not really a UI person. I'm more of a logic API type of person. I like I don't like spending my time working on the UI. So I'm not gonna be the person that would be diving into CSS and diving into tailoring and learning everything about it. I'm not the type of person, right? I would rather you tell me, hey, use a component, here's the colors. So it would be really easy for me to just, okay, let me just use that. Okay, this is good enough. Let's move on. Cool. That's it. Bam. That would be nice to do. But the thing with doing that is that with building everything as you go is that there's no plan and things get messy. Especially when you reach a point where you have been working on a project, as I said, for a couple of months. Working on a project for even a month or two might not seem that much, but once it passes a certain amount of time that you have been working on the project and you maybe left the project, come back like I did, not leave it entirely in a sense where, oh, I haven't worked on it in 3 weeks, but like leave it in a sense where you have worked on it, but yeah, it's not your main focus. Maybe you have other things working on, but you might put in like an hour today, tomorrow you put in like 30 minutes working on something, stuff like that. There's gonna be times when you actually do that, right? Because things happen in life, and we're all humans. So I have times when I do that, but the issue is that sometimes, right? Sometimes when I look at the project, I don't know how things work. Like I know it. Like okay, let me not say I don't know how things work. I don't know the exact code or logic behind certain things. I have an idea what is there, but in terms of like, if you ask me, okay, you had a if statement on line 25, why? I have to like go back to that and look at it, look at the code that is there. So that's what I'm talking about when I say the project is kind of bad. Not bad, but in terms of what I'm saying, like, just when it reaches a point where you have been working on a project for some time, it's gonna be a problem, right? Because we humans we forget certain things, right? And this is why it's good. I don't know if you guys probably realize in my API, I am not just like at first this was about you know going, just billing, writing code, doing this, doing that, right? So I have cases where if you look at my authentication controller, I have a ton of things going on in the controller, right? But if you go through some of the other projects that I started a bit later, you'd see that I don't have that much going on. Well, this is not a good example actually. See if this is not a good example either. Okay, is this one a good example? Nope, it's not. But if you look at some of the code that I wrote a bit later in the project, you would see that, okay, maybe I can do the subscription. This is a good example. Yeah. So here you can see how simple the controller is. And this is what I'm talking about. How simple things are, right? Here, I'm supposed to be saving things or I'm supposed to get the plans or whatever. I don't have that in an entire project, in the entire controller itself. It's in a service somewhere. These are the things that I'm talking about, bro. Like there are certain points in the project where I'm using like maybe once in a good example. Huh. Seems like I started following that pattern late then. I thought it was a bit earlier than that, but maybe profile is a good example. No, profile just returns the authenticated user and some user info. Okay, that makes sense. Um, yeah, this is a good example. I think. Yes, I think this is a good example. I mean, it's not the best, but yeah, it's a good example. So this is the notification preferences. I think this was around the time that I started to break things out into repositories, right? Because here's the thing. If I need to get user preferences somewhere else. I don't have to rewrite the entire process or entire query. I can just reuse that somewhere else. So, oh, I can use that repository to get this instead of like, it's way simpler. And the thing with these as well is that looking at this function, I have an idea what is happening. People talk about things being abstracted and abstraction is this and that, but I think abstraction is good. I think abstraction is one of the best things that you can do because I don't know if you guys have ever looked at a function that has 100 lines of code or 200, 400 lines of code. I have seen stuff like that. And that is why I appreciate abstraction because once you have good names, right? Once you have good naming convention of each of your projects, then it's very simple. Because here, I can just look at this and I'm like, okay, um, let's get here the authenticated user ID. Why is it defaulting to 25 here though? This is that's not good. Let's get rid of that. That's actually a bug. That's actually why does this thing keep it messed up my I don't know what I did to mess up that. Anyways, so you know I can look here and I can see the the what's happening here. I look at this and I'm like, what's happening here? Oh, it's getting the user preferences. Okay, let's say I know about preferences, right? Okay, okay, so that's all it does. Just get the preferences, return the preferences. Look at this function now. Okay, let's see here. Uh, process preference update. Item in request array, blah blah blah. Loop through the array. Check what channel the ID has. If a channel is not enabled slash null, then create a new record with the correct ID. This is a good example, right? It shows me what's up in the application. So here I'm saying, okay, this is the payload that I expect, right? I'm looping through that through the array, right? So what array am I looping through? Preference, right? Because that comes over in an array, right? But each array has this, something like that, I think. Yeah, because yeah, if I remember correctly, that's correct. And I'm checking what channel the ID has. So is it an email? Is it a push? Is it a SMS? And then if the channel is enabled or no, then I create a new record with the correct ID. Here I'm looping through and I'm doing a bunch of things. It's very hard to keep track of what's happening here. If I didn't have this comment here, I would not know what's happening. To be honest, it would take me some time to actually read the code because as you can see, this was written 5 months ago. So that's something that I wouldn't have in my head right now. And some of these pushes are stupid because I have work in progress update. What is that? Updates work in progress. Man. But here is an example, maybe, but we can see that I'm looping through some stuff here, right? So this could be an action because maybe I'm looking at this function and I don't need to know what's happening in that for loop. These are the things I'm talking about. Like sometimes you have a function or a controller method that can have multiple different configurations basically. All right, let me be honest. These are not good examples of how simple this thing could be. There's a lot of refactoring that needs to happen here. I don't like to see methods, especially controllers that don't give me a quick synopsis of what it is. Get test steps. I should look at this and be like, okay, they're checking the API, they're getting these test steps. What the hell? Let's go here. to get into this, they're logging that, they're doing that. Then they're doing that, then they're doing that, then you have get cache steps, then you're doing that, then you're doing that, then you know, it's very hard. But to me, I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh, this is the hardest thing to do in the world. No. What I'm saying is having a function that's, well, this is not even an extreme. It should be something that's simple to understand, right? Let's see, get cache steps. And this is about streaming response to the front end. Okay. Let's see. But I don't have any. Maybe if I go to the author is probably the worst one. Because I have a lot of things going on in the author. Here, for example, I have, oh, is new, false, OAuth user, and I'm getting the OAuth user based on the provider, right? And then here I'm logging the info, and then I hear I'm doing this, which is our provider with whatever provider, and then auth info ID. So I think provider ID. Okay, and then here I'm doing this, and then here I'm checking if user is this. This was actually written a long time ago, 9 months ago. These were refactoring that was done here. These got pushed. I did some updates to this function. So some of these were done a long time. This is actually probably one of the first things that was done in the project. But we have is new, we have the user, we have the create happening here, creating the user, and then here we have creating the auth provider, then here we're creating references. So this is when I started using, let's imagine if I had this here as well. I don't know if you guys know how difficult this function. This function is a huge function actually. Notification preferences. There's a lot of things going on. This one is simple, but this one create default notification preferences. There's a lot of things going on here. Right? I have the email ID because I have to get the notification type ID, and then I have the defaults here. Right? So this is where I'm creating a map of default that I want to be stored in the API, right? And then here I have the defaults, looking through that, adding them. It's not really that complicated, but adding this to this would make things a bit complicated. I can look at this and say, oh, they're just creating default preferences. Okay, maybe I don't need to see that. Maybe I need to see it. I know what is being passed to it is just the user ID, right? It's just ID. So I just go there and I'm like, okay, what's happening here? Oh, this is where I need to change this. But do it. Right. Here I have notification service, right? Need to send some kind of notification. Oh, imagine if I had this here as well. Imagine if I had this here as well. It would make things a lot more complicated than it needs to be. If I even moved these into some kind of action pattern or service, then it would make the function a lot more simple. And I could look at it and be like, oh, you're just handling the callback from GitHub. You're the provider. That's always happening here. Oh, I need to look at why what WhatsApp message type they're sending. Oh, let's go to that function. Yeah, you know. Oh, you need to look at what happens when someone is not authenticated. Oh, let's go to that function. Right? Like, I think these are things that I don't know. To me, it's just like, bro. So this is where I was doing some. I was thinking about using some refresh token approach instead of. I was doing a lot of research about what you call it. So here I'm saying create two token when the user first signs up, one token and one access token, one refresh token. Set the tokens expire after a month. Refresh token, access token to last for 8 hours. And then add ability to tokens, issue access tokens in API, store refresh tokens in HTTP. Okay. I want to see if I have any policies. I don't recall creating any. Yeah, I don't have any policies. Because I need to figure out what the actions that a person can do. I need them to be able to keep track of the things that they're paying for. There's a lot of things that needs to happen, and they're not there. This is why I keep saying this project is not there yet, and that's why there was so many bugs, because I was trying to get the most important features out. So now I have the test runner going. That's pretty decent. I just need to get in the cloud. Once it's working on the cloud, I can just focus on getting this app polished and pushed out. Not that I really care about pushing it out. Honestly, I'm probably more terrified of that than building the freaking application. But yeah. Anyways, that's it. I think I can send this stream because I was here either way, so I guess I can call it today. See you guys maybe tonight. Maybe I stream again tonight because I have some things to work on. I like to work at night as well, but today is a Saturday and I also need to get some rest. So yeah, see you guys whenever I decide to stream again. Hopefully tonight.